We are live on another episode of Dugout, and today, because we have a full house, so even though the Indian cricket management cannot find 5 selectors, we've done the unthinkable by actually arranging 5 selectors. One step ahead of the BCCI, as always.
But you don't have 5 mics.
Yeah.
Who told you?
That is true.
Studio only has the plastic.
That is true.
No, because we were under the impression that you will have 4 selectors. Just like the BCCI.
Yeah, actually, we are 4 selectors and 1 convener.
No,
The convener is there.
I'll be the
Rag is the convener.
So he's
And Rag is the convener.
He's the
I just hope.
media director.
Yes. You have to decide the zones now. Which zones are you all from?
You are from South?
No, he's central.
Central.
He's from East?
He's zone
You're from
central
North?
zone. I'll take West, na?
We take West. West,
Rahul.
they don't have a selector.
Yeah, that's what we
That's why we're
said.
ahead of
We've got.
That's why we're ahead of
You're
them.
South.
You are South, yeah.
Then you'll have to take central.
Central.
Take it. Take it.
He is
Take
central
some.
actually.
He's neutral.
He
Yeah.
is central.
I've travelled a lot by train, you know.
No,
So you
origins are from the central.
You have assumed that he is taking north.
Uttarakhand plays in the central zone.
Yeah.
So
Cricket Association of Uttarakhand.
yeah, CAU.
CAU.
Yes.
So we've covered all east, west,
South.
south, central, north zone. All zones covered.
Yes.
Wow. If it was only this simple, maybe BCCI could have managed.
I wish the criteria won't have, like the eligibility criteria.
But have we got a decent balance of batsmen and bowlers? Or is it? Have you looked at that?
Shane's a leg spinner.
Leg spinner, leggy.
Siddharth doesn't come and play.
I've not played international cricket. I've played first class cricket.
Rahul is a fast bowler who's now turned into
Manoj
off-spin bowler.
Prabhakar.
Off spin.
Yeah, he
Manoj
and
Prabhakar.
And the last match he was bowling very good.
finally,
I didn't
No,
know
he can
this.
also be a
now-
left arm orthodox also.
finally now
He's found
Rahul
which
knows.
he has to.
Yes.
Too late to realize what I can do.
No, so in my case, I was also a medium pacer. Initial years also, even while working, but later I didn't have to take the decision. My body took it for me. That quickly moved
you
to
know,
off
we are
spin.
not like those players who will say that yeah, I can't bowl today. We bowl every day. Just
Yeah,
that,
that is it.
today we are bowling fast. Tomorrow we might bowl off spin.
I think this is for the love of the game. You are not a cricketer per se. You are a cricketer who's passionate about the game, who loves the game, who doesn't take it as a profession.
Part-time cricketer.
just doesn't give up.
I think he's a full-time cricketer.
Part-time.
You know,
Full-time journalist. He has to come here every
It's
day.
the other way around.
Achha, it's the other way around.
I can't play cricket
Actually,
When we come
because
to
work
office-
chose me.
No, when we come to office, half the time we only discuss our cricket teams. I mean, our cricket teams to play in this tournament.
Not the
and
Indian
that
team.
tournament.
Oh,
Yeah. So what is the mudda today?
that's what keeps you busy in the long drive from Gurgaon to
Oh,
And
Nevada.
And Vikrant
so
sir,
many things.
cricket couldn't choose me. Work chose me.
Yes.
So that that's
Shane,
No comments.
I know. Fading light.
My New Year's resolution is to be less sarcastic. I anticipate a week until it lasts.
Okay. For me, no
so
resolution.
why we needed the selectors? You said
It's a
what?
sign of healthy mind. If you're sarcastic, yes.
That's why I can't stay away from it.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the mudda today is that after the review meeting, we were told that it was actually not in the official press release, but later through sources.
No. They've come out and said this.
Yeah, to certain set of reporters, not to everyone.
Whosoever was there,
Okay.
Yeah.
present.
Just like you would remember that AGM happened where I think Roger Binney was appointed as the BCCI, new BCCI president. There also the board secretary came out of that meeting and spoke to a few media persons who were present there, and he told them that Asia Cup cannot happen in Pakistan.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
I would insist, as BCCI would insist, that Asia Cup be shifted out of Pakistan to some neutral venue. Similarly, this time also it happened that we've shortlisted. What you were saying?
That there are going to be 20 players. But my one point is that if this was done, if you had written 3 points, even the fourth point could have been written that we've shortlisted 20 players in the release.
I mean, there was no reason for them to say or write.
Too many samosas.
Actually, I need some water. Or is there some mithai?
The substitute for water.
Water to mithai. That's a good
There's a
sound.
saying. You can stop.
No, this mithai is for Vikrant completing 20
20
years in this office.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, on that occasion,
Yes.
Wow.
congratulations to him. He's only got the mithai.
Thank you.
Kalakan. Very nice.
Superb.
Very nice.
One of the
It's
few
not
things I
Kalakan.
consistently good pronounce, right?
Remember, it's not Kalakan.
It's milk cake.
It's milk cake.
Kalakand is different.
Yeah. It's white, I think.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's got that silver foiling also on top.
No, it doesn't have
That
a-
is chum chum.
That's only white, made out of khoya.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's chum chum.
Chum chum is yellow.
No, but that
Candy milk.
Chum chum is white.
silver foil that you're talking about.
वो तो
now-
बर्फी पे भी होता है.
exactly, they use it in
Various mithais.
exactly,
Yeah.
a lot of other sweets also.
From MP and South.
Okay, hiccups. Maybe you need one more. Anurag?
I think a glass of water.
Yeah, I think पानी
He's
का एक
got
bottle
one.
लेके आना पड़ेगा.
Yeah.
See the
Karam
convenience.
he may need.
नहीं any.
Any.
Come.
Oh, thank you यार.
Garam.
इसमें वो नहीं डाला.
वो क्या नीटी है पानी तो.
Uh-oh. Yeah, you can't give him a surprise like this on his 20th work anniversary.
Vitamin C.
Vitamin C.
Vitamin C.
Lime, he's put lime in that, na? Hot water and lime.
Good. Lost weight.
Yes.
So what we are here for is that 20 players.
20
Okay.
core players.
You says that there was no need to actually have the 20 players mentioned. Or no, I'm not saying have all 20 players mentioned, but just say that
Mention
we are
that you're
going
looking to find.
Yeah, we have 20 players that will be rotated. Anyhow, the fact of the matter is that it has been told after the meeting. And now we know that BCCI is going to have a pool of 20 players. What we're going to do here is actually try and pick or second guess the BCCI and pick the 20. But before that, my question is to everyone that if you remember, even before the T20 World Cup, there was similar talk that we will have a pool. I think Rahul Dravid said it, if you remember, that we have a pool. He didn't quite say 20, but I think effectively it was about 20, 23 people that they said that they're going to rotate. If that was not fruitful, that did not bear any results, then why do you think this 20 thing, is it something unique or is it any different? Was it needed in the preview?
Old wine in a new bottle.
If I remember correctly, after the IPL got over, the last IPL, and between that IPL and the T20 World Cup that happened in October, November, it was a gap of about 4 months? 5 months.
June,
July, August, September.
Okay,
So
five
after
months.
the IPL, you had a pool of 26 players, if I remember correctly. Because that is the figure that I was told by somebody. Now, almost 10 months before the World Cup, if you have a pool of 20, I think this is better.
I think when they say 20, it could even be 19, could be 21.
Be 20.
I think it's a manner of saying. I mean, what if there's somebody who's not in the 20 and does exceedingly well? Will you not consider him? I think this is a manner of saying, and it could be 20, could be 21, could be 19 as well.
So then nothing much has changed, because even what
lot has
Dravid had
changed.
said, I'm saying other things. I'm not dwelling into the other things which
Not
we
so.
discussed. Only talking about this pool, because if it's a manner of saying, as you said, it could be 19, it could be 22, it could be, that was the similar sentiment that Rahul Dravid actually said, right? We have a pool,
Like
we're sticking
Rahul
with
said,
them.
26 and 20. There's a difference of 6. You got 10 months or 9 months now, they had 4. I think you've decided on one captain for the ODIs. It's going to be Rohit Sharma, and he'll stay the captain. And I'm not saying that last year you would have gone to somebody else in the T20 World Cup.
Yeah.
But you had different leaders. You had different captains. Now I think the workload management is not going to happen. You'll have to play with your best 11. Maybe at times give somebody a chance, and that's it. And I think serves them right that there is clarity now. Who plays T20s? who doesn't play T20s, who plays one days, who plays test matches. It is very clear. And I think the most relevant thing that happened yesterday was when they said, oh, the NCA is going to work with the franchisees and they will see if the players can be given breaks during the IPL, which is not going to happen. Even the BCCI knows.
It happened in 2019 when Virat had requested. He requested rest. But it didn't happen.
They never requested. They did not request anyone. They just said. There was a story which came out.
There was no official confirmation. These were unsubstantiated reports at that time.
Yes. And let's say if I'm the captain or I'm somebody who's the pioneer of this movement, if I go and tell you, Mumbai Indians, please please give XYZ rest for 3-4 days. I should have also taken rest, no? Did I take rest? So?
And the point here is a franchisee which has spent close to 7,000 crores, on one team. Why do you think they will drop a player? I understand nation comes first, all that jingoism, that's very good. But then these franchisees, they are business houses. They want their teams to do well. What we were discussing earlier in the day, the moment your franchisee does well in the IPL, for example, somebody like Gujarat Titans, they won the IPL in their inaugural maiden season. Now, suddenly, the stakes or the sponsorship money that they are going to get also rises to a considerable amount. So these franchisees know that they want their best players out on the field.
No, but I'm saying, why can't the BCCI exert their pressure? I'll tell you why. BCCI also says that you have, and I'm not talking about all players, that you have contracted them for 60 days. A lot of them I have contracted for a year. And so it's my first right over those players.
But why would the BCCI want the players to also during the IPL? They would never want the players to play.
I'm saying, there have been occasions where they've got some sort of injuries, but they've pushed themselves to play.
Injuries.
Yes.
So
the BCCI may step in and say, listen,
a break is when you say, I'm tired.
No, not that.
Like the players have been doing
not that.
For international games. You play the IPL and then every second international tour they would say, I need a break. And then they come back and justify the break. The fact is, the BCCI would also never want any major player not to play in the IPL. Or to miss out on certain games. Because how is the IPL model formed? It's not just the franchisee who's put in money. It is the broadcaster who's putting in money. I mean, the kind of money that you're going to get from the broadcaster, I think the same broadcaster also has the Indian cricket rights. I'm sure they would have gone to the BCCI saying, what is this, boss? Every second series that we have in India, the test matches finish in 2.5 days. Your major players were taking breaks. They were either not playing T20s or they were not playing one days. How do you sell Indian cricket? So the point is, were they getting any discounts? No. I think what the BCCI has done is, they have told the players, if you want any break, take it during the IPL. Even though the unwritten word is, don't take any break during the IPL.
You cannot.
Convey to them is simple. Dare not take breaks from international cricket anymore, because we've told the people, we've told the public, in case Nikhil needs a break, a mental break, or to spend time with the family, he can do that during the IPL. Which you will not. I would not want you to take that.
No, actually BCCI also wouldn't want that. Because it diminishes the value of the IPL.
So now you can't dare take a break when the international season is on. Now what's going to happen is, you've got test matches, you got one day, you got T20s. The moment your T20 is a fresh set of players, how many players do you think would be overlapping in all the three formats?
Very 5.
Somebody like Shubman Gill, somebody like Shreyas Iyer, somebody like perhaps Shiraz, somebody like Jadeja once he's fit, or maybe
Jasprit Bumrah when he's fit.
I don't think Bumrah is going to play in test matches.
As it is, you would remember, majority of his career he hasn't played too many test matches
in India.
So
but abroad he has.
But these players, players who are playing in the test matches, most of them will be playing in the one days. But most of them will not be playing in the T20s. So there is a break for them when the T20s are on. Vice versa, players who are playing in the T20s may be playing in the one days, but not all of them would be playing the test matches. So why do you need?
And also, but I'm saying, Nikhil, you would remember in 2020 what happened. just after the IPL, because it was a delayed IPL because it happened in the UAE. So suddenly what happens is there was some uncertainty over Rohit Sharma because he had that hamstring injury, and then he wasn't picked for the
Australia.
He was picked but subject to his fitness.
Even the captain said
Saurav Ganguly announced it.
So now what has happened is, for example, he didn't travel with the team for that Australia tour, but he missed a few matches and then played the IPL. So now what has happened is, now they have a gentleman called VVS Lakshman who has been authorized. He will ask the report of a player from the medical team of that respective franchisee, and will see and will then advise, not advise, but direct the franchisee that Rohit Sharma cannot play any.
Then the NCA can step in and tell the franchisee this player will not.
And because Rohit Sharma is an example that
injury, they're two different.
But Rohit Sharma is an example that I am giving. Why? Because it's one of the prominent examples. You would remember similar things happened with Varun Chakravarti. He was picked in the team, and later it was realized that
what about the players
Rahul Tewatia.
What about players who take a break either before the IPL or after the IPL yet play the IPL? They disturb the chemistry of the team.
Exactly.
The combination of the team. Your team did not win the World Cup. This was part of the reason. You never knew as to what your 11 was. You never knew what role was assigned to the individual players. I mean, 1, 2, 3 were all anchors, and 4, 5, 6 were the ones who were expected to climb Mount Everest every day.
Yes.
So there was no balance.
No, so that's what I'm saying, that this injury management, the injury is also an issue. Apart from taking rest, they wouldn't want. But at injury, you see, BCCI will exert themselves and say that, hey, he's carrying a niggle, you're going to push him for 4 matches because all the IPL team cares is, I want him to finish those 4 matches.
And
but you do long term.
And no player is now going to hide behind his franchisee and say, I will not go to the NCA. It has been made mandatory for the players to go to the NCA, and the NCA will then decide on the rehab.
And not the medical team of the IPL.
Because
which was happening.
This theory will be put to the test come May and June. Your IPL ends on May 31st or June 1st. Your potential World Test Championship final starts on June 7th.
See the way the board has reacted in the last 7-8 days. I can certainly vouch for the fact that no player now is going to take his place in the team for granted.
For granted, yes.
They will not do that. They know now. They know now.
No, so now we have to pick the team. Quickly cut to the other one if you can, Anurag, please.
This could be very embarrassing.
Yeah, no, but this we will have a special gift for anyone who
picks. The show will end.
No.
If you show this, the show will end.
No, it will not. Have you cut to it?
No, because
anyone who can decipher this will get a prize from us.
Yeah, come on, yeah.
This one is a toughie.
Whoa.
This one is a toughie.
Yeah. What are you saying, yeah? All 4 of them are very, very close.
This one is a...
No, this has been signed by the Northern Even though the signatures will not match.
So what we'll do is, can you have 2 windows?
There's a problem with your
us and them
marker.
Oh, Acha, can you keep switching between us? Okay, we'll keep switching. So I will take I'm going to be the convener briefly and probably try to attempt with slightly better handwriting.
Don't try to influence any selections.
With slightly better...
It happens.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Convener can influence selection.
No, they don't.
Okay.
Abhi, you said...
They can. And ideally, they've been authorized also.
No, they can't.
I'm telling you, they've been authorized. A convener can set the tone of the meeting. They can say, this player should not be considered.
In the past.
Let's say, the convener will tell the selectors, there are a few complaints regarding player X, indiscipline or whatever. So he will not be considered. So how will the selectors know? It is the convener who will tell them.
Please, give me names quickly.
Your handwriting is actually very good.
Please, can you give me names? Please.
No, I think you had these 16.
So we're going to keep this. We're going to keep all of them. You want to discard anyone from here? So Rohit.
Yeah, actually.
So the first 16 will be the ones who are selected for the Sri Lanka series.
Shubman.
Gill.
Yeah.
Okay, Gill.
Virat.
These are the ODI players.
Yes.
Pool of 20
BK.
for the 2023
Surya.
World Cup.
Not Shreyas.
Shreyas.
No, Shreyas, then I'm reading off the order. Shreyas again.
Shreyas.
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 KL.
KL.
Nikhil is surprised.
No, when I said KL.
Achha,
No, I'm just reading off the list.
So that was the surprise.
Yeah.
Ishan.
Ishan Kishan.
Ishan
Yeah.
Kishan. Yes.
Hardik.
Vice captain.
Jaddu.
No.
No, go by the name.
Those who've been selected.
Sundar. Washington.
Sundar.
So W. Sundar.
Sundar 20.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ashwin is not there, no?
He is the only off spinner that you have.
Okay.
And a good all-rounder as well.
Yes.
Huh.
UC Shell.
Okay.
So you're repeating the same
I'm
names
just
that are
reading it
there.
out for him.
Okay.
Kuldeep. Akshar would be next, although I think we can drop him.
Akshar?
No. Why would you drop him?
I would.
But Jadeja or Akshar?
Shami.
Both.
Both of them would be there, no?
Yeah.
You
Shami?
have to have
Shami, Siraj.
Siraj, Umran,
and
and
Bumrah. No, Bumrah would also be
No,
there.
no, it's just going off the
In
16
20,
there.
acha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
First the 16 were there in the Sri Lanka.
Sami, Siraj, Umran.
And Arshdeep. Now 4 more.
Arsh.
Bumrah.
Bumrah,
Jaddu.
Jadeja.
यार डिस्कशन भी तो करोगे शो थोड़ी खत्म कर
No,
देंगे
no, 1 second.
But these
Bumrah.
are very obvious names.
Yeah.
Bumrah
Bumrah.
will definitely be there if he's fit.
But why are you having a 40-minute show then?
No, don't worry.
Because-
We'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll have deliberation.
Jadeja.
Jaddu.
Jadeja. Okay.
2 more names.
Yeah.
Now it feels like a
Rishabh Pant if fit.
Sanju Samson.
Samson.
I think
Samson.
Sanju
He wrote first name.
Yeah, Sanju Samson, the first name that he wrote there.
Oh, Sanju Samson.
Although people couldn't
figure it out.
what exactly.
And the 20th could be, should be subject to
his fitness.
if he can recover
Pant.
in time is Rishabh Pant.
Rishabh Pant.
You'll have to remove the make
Can
the
you-
mouse.
Wo, Anurag can
on
do that.
top, on top.
Anurag
This-
can
No, below.
This.
The mouse in the cursor. Yeah.
This.
Yes.
let Anurag do it. No? Anurag
Just
will do
make it full. We don't need this.
But the problem is that you've written it on the board.
Oh. Okay. Leave it. Let
That's
be.
fine.
Now it-
So you said Pant.
Yeah.
Okay. Any
Now
name
then.
you reckon we have missed out?
I don't think so.
What about Shikhar? You out completely?
Shikhar is out.
Out.
North zone selector. He's saying Shikhar is out.
When you take a decision, it is not going to suit certain players, of course.
I think they've hurried into this decision. They've been unfair to him.
How?
I mean, I'm saying a lot
they
of those guys have get longer rope for.
No,
for
but
poor
are they being fair to Rohit and Virat and KL Rahul when they're not considering them for the T20s then?
No, see, T20 because you're changing the complete template or you're saying a fresh start 2 years away, all of that. You're just looking at a short term 7-8 months where Shikhar was continuously part
But
of
you
your
also
ODIs.
have to remember you have
What's
a.
his record in the last 10 odd games?
Let's compare his record to a few other guys.
But lately.
Like
Whoever, I mean, I'm saying if there is a Rohit or a Virat or whoever these guys who get long rope, this guy has also been
Rohit
an
and
established
Virat, but
player.
Virat is Virat. Rohit is the captain.
Let's compare KL. Let's compare KL and
So
Shikhar.
KL may not play
was
as a.
lucky enough to be part of this.
He may not be there in the.
KL.
Yes.
So then,
So there was a toss-up between him and Sanju Samson. But again, KL Rahul has been a recent player. Yeah, he was.
And also
Okay,
KL
you
Rahul
can-
may not
So,
play as an
wicket-keeper
opener. No.
batsman. He's a wicket-keeper batsman.
And
now.
even in
Okay.
the 11, KL
In the
may have
absence of
to
Rishabh Pant.
fight for his place. In the 11, KL may have to fight for his place in
There's
the
no
11.
certainty in the 11.
And that too, and also he may not be your opener. You might
No,
just.
though they will play him in the 11.
No, I'm saying.
Having
No,
fought
so-
for
so
him.
you
Where?
Here
think-
he might. Here
you
he
think
might.
Gill is already, I mean, has
By the way,
surpassed
even
Shikhar?
here, we are.
I mean, I would want to see more of Gill before I would pass that judgment. Has he surpassed
So
Shikhar
there's
Dhawan?
Ishan
But there's an
Kishan
Ishan.
I would
Kishan.
anyway
Now you
open with
tell me
Ishan.
Who will open? On
So
that-
Ishan, everything has
I
changed
will
after the
open
200.
Yes. Yes.
Just that 200 changes everything.
Yes.
At least you will give him a few matches.
I
no?
mean,
Because what was the
Unfortunately,
intent and aggression that Ishan
No,
showed?
where-
Shikhar didn't show that.
How can Shikhar come back now? Okay. Does he have any domestic cricket to play? No.
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 So the last 3-4 years.
By the way, when we talk about KL Rahul, we also have to see KL Rahul may have to fight for a place in the middle order with somebody like Shreyas Iyer,
Exactly.
with somebody like Suryakumar Yadav, with somebody like Sanju Samson.
So Ishan has now suddenly become your opener with
As of
Rohit.
now, I think he'll.
I think ideally against Sri Lanka, you should open with Rohit and Ishan.
I think
That's what I'm saying. So one double hundred changes it. So he becomes
At
like
least
now.
for
But not just one
Next
double
few
hundred,
matches.
he's been scoring runs.
He had 250s and a double hundred.
Whenever.
So his average was 76.5
Even
in the
in
last
the
I'd
he was
love to
scoring,
know.
yeah.
I'll try and look at it. Love to know the ODI record. Ishan and Shikhar I'll put before the 200.
I think Ishan
Before
hasn't
the
played
200.
too many ODIs.
See,
Yeah,
the
exactly
last
my point.
Ishan has
Yeah.
barely played.
Yeah, exactly
But
my
if he's an
point.
option,
Had to
if
take
he's
a
a fallback option for you to be a right-handed, left-handed opening player, why not?
And because he's that wicket-keeper batsman, because
Yeah.
you may be forced to look beyond Pant is why.
Yes.
Yeah, correct.
Yes.
I honestly feel that you will have to give Ishan a fair run because of that double hundred.
See, the moment if Shikhar were part of the team, he would have played in all the games.
Yes.
Then Gill and Ishan would have been sitting out.
Yeah.
You know, you will also have to look at the transition of the Indian team. Unfortunately for Shikhar Dhawan, because see, it's not now that they've decided to do away with him. They had already gone beyond Shikhar Dhawan in T20s.
Yes.
So that yes. So because he was playing that only one format, maybe that's the other thing that goes
I think
against him.
unfortunately for Shikhar, the last 4-5 games, he didn't get the runs that.
True. But everyone else gets a long rope. In his case, he's always under scrutiny.
Today you can't compare Shikhar, unfortunately for him.
That
with
strike
Virat
rate is-
and, Rohit.
That strike rate is not hidden anymore. 75 in the
That's
last
the
year.
problem.
And if you look at 5 ODIs that they have played, say
Last
Sanju,
five, yeah.
KL, I mean, say Sanju, Pant, and Ishan Kishan. Pant has the lowest average amount, 51.5. Sanju averages 84. Ishan Kishan averages 76.5. So in that
Not
race,
just one inning. I mean, they
50
But
93
one
against
inning
South
does
Africa.
change your stats a lot, especially when you haven't played those many matches.
And Ishan and Gill are also part of the T20s.
Correct.
Now, yeah.
So which means that they will be your white ball players. So not just the one days, even in the T20s.
No, but how many games will they get, especially together? Because Rohit Sharma, I understand. The moment Rohit Sharma.
No, Rohit is not playing in the
No, I'm
T20s.
talking about the ODIs. T20s, I understand.
ODIs, yeah.
you are going to play 9 ODIs before the IPL.
Yeah.
9 of them. 3
Hardik
against.
said that right, today in the press
So you
conference.
start with Rohit and Ishan. Let's say hypothetically, if Ishan
Before
keeps
the-
getting runs,
Before the
why would you
IPL.
drop him? Why would you drop
3-3,
him?
Sri Lanka, New Zealand,
See, as
3 against
selectors-
Australia.
Australia.
Okay, the other one, I'm just looking at the ones that we've left
Is
out.
there no other name?
Bhuvneshwar Kumar out. No, I agree. T20 yes, but in ODI cricket,
Do you have
He's
Shami
not-
here?
Yeah,
yes,
Shami
we have a
is
Shami.
there.
Yeah, we've got a Shami.
Shami,
But I'm just again throwing a name, Bhuvneshwar, who was very
See,
crucial to your
I
white
did
ball
Not
cricket.
But in T20.
Deepak Chahar.
No, in ODIs.
Either you don't have a Shardul. Shardul you have?
No.
Shardul
You don't have Deepak Chahar also.
Shardul you don't have. You don't have a Deepak
See,
Chahar.
ideally,
That's what I'm saying. And no Bhuvneshwar.
No,
And
there's no
Chahar.
Bhuvneshwar, there's
Deepak
no
Chahar.
Shardul.
He said.
But Deepak Chahar, see, you might need 1 or 2 backup fast bowlers for the simple reason that you can't plan these players for the World Cup. There could be a few injuries.
Yes.
A couple of fast bowlers, they may get injured. So
So you have
Deepak
Bumrah,
Chahar.
Arshdeep, Umran, Siraj, and Shami. 5 fast bowlers.
What about someone like, I'm just saying, Deepak Huda, who you've gone with in T20s?
I think
no.
T20s.
Okay.
He's T20. But although he did well in that
He
West
did-
Indies ODI.
Yes, I was just going to get to that. Where he actually ended up bowling full quota.
Full
overs in
quota.
one match.
And he had match winning partnerships also.
So they said 20. 20 is a round figure. They couldn't have said 19 or 21.
Okay.
So let's say, like I said, if Huda does exceedingly well in the T20s, then he becomes a contender for the ODIs as well.
But aren't we again making.
But you'll also have to see. Yeah.
Yeah, aren't we making that same mistake of mixing up formats
That's
like what
I'm
happened
saying.
in Dinesh
No,
Karthik's
then
case?
it becomes the same as last time.
No, but-
26
but- no,
will become
you've got 20
23.
here, which doesn't have Huda. But let's say if Huda,
Or a Shardul. Or a Bhuvi.
I think they've gone beyond Shardul also.
Wow.
That
And
is
beyond-
because of the tweets that he liked.
Beyond Bhuvneshwar also.
No, Bhuvaneshwar was, I think, for the T20s, I think that was their mindset when Bhuvaneshwar was actually given a lifeline at one stage, and he did really well in T20s.
They played the entire year.
And that is one of the reasons. In fact, he played the most number of T20s
Yes.
in the
Yeah.
last.
Last year.
He was the only guy to play 80% of the T20
Yeah, he
games.
got
He
some
played
40
around
odd wickets
26 matches or something.
Yeah, he played, I think, out of the 35, he played 26 games.
So he was precisely for that T20. He was
The
being,
4 overs.
he was being
okay.
prepared for that T20.
And as for
World Cup.
Deepak Chahar, if at all, whenever he's fit, will be a contender for the T20s. But I think ODIs, again, I think the players who've broken down on multiple occasions, I don't think the selectors will be happy with them. Even the captain wasn't.
Yeah,
The captain wasn't.
But wasn't that because you did away with the yo-yo suddenly? Yo-yo test and all the other tests.
Yeah,
that
come
were
on,
there.
yaar. Yo-yo has got nothing to do with you breaking
Yo-yo
down.
is an endurance test.
Deepak Chahar got injured, missed half the year, came back and got injured again.
But he was one guy,
No,
at
but-
least you can say that he was unfit during the IPL. We know so
No,
many
no, what I'm
players who
saying
were,
is- what I'm
who
saying
were
Keep showing the
who got injured
team
before
also
the
being
IPL
reached
and
by.
after the
Deepak Chahar
IPL.
could be a contender
And just
for the
got into the
T20s.
Indian 11 for the Asia Cup and
It
World
could
Cup.
be a contender for the T20s, but ODIs, even though ideally you should have a couple of fast bowlers as backup.
Because until 70, I think the yo-yo test was done away after 2019, right?
After the
Yeah,
After COVID.
after
After-
COVID.
After COVID.
Yeah.
Until then, your injury count was very low. But after this has been
No,
taken
that
off,
was because your parameter was to have fitter players in the team. And once you compromised with it, you were also carrying semi-fit players.
Yes.
But mind you, those semi-fit players who may not have been able to clear the yo-yo but still play in the World Cup, they did not break down. They did not break down.
No, but the fact that they've gone back to yo-yo, considering they had a sample size of seeing what fitness was with yo-yo and then fitness without yo-yo. I mean, see, sometimes you just fire in the dark. Here you've got something that you've gone back to. So clearly they've seen some sort of a difference. That's why they've gone
Yes.
back to it.
Exactly. And I think once they did away with yo-yo, they said the 2K run and the
Yeah, 2K,
3
yeah.
run and the 20-meter run is better in terms of the cricketing standards. So yo-yo wasn't necessarily designed for cricket alone. It was for the football players and the tennis players. So the reasoning was that a batsman may require a different set of skills. Now you also, Nikhil, need to look at the fact that it isn't your batting alone which has been the players
Who are
not just
injured.
batsmen who've been injured.
Yeah, yeah.
It's your faster bowlers.
Faster bowlers, yes.
And your faster bowlers as in the 21, 22, 23-year-olds.
Who don't even come for practice.
And they're not playing in domestic cricket.
And they don't
this
come
is
for practice sessions.
I
They only
think-
bowl 4 overs in
and
a
I
match
think
day.
for that you also need to question the team management, the bowling coach, the trainers and the physios.
Yep.
Is the new set of training good for fast bowling? Ideally, I think the more the fast bowlers bowl in off season, in practice, in domestic games, the fitter they become. And the fast bowlers are fit when Virat and Ravi Shastri were heading the team, and they had yo-yo and they had everything. And they see one story that stood out was Yuvraj wasn't happy with the way Virat dumped him.
Yeah.
And he said,
Yeah.
well, he spoke about yo-yo.
Yeah.
But also signals the fact that Virat did not compromise on fitness.
Yeah.
He did not compromise on fitness. Here, in the last couple of years, they have been compromising on the skill called fitness and saying that the skill called batting or the skill called bowling
Supersedes.
Yes.
Supersede. Though the jury is still out with the yo-yo test. As in, there will still be people who will argue saying that I rather take a batsman with great skill and decent fitness than someone who has
to question it now.
Not now, but I'm saying still the jury is out. There are a lot of experts who
In
believe
today's
that.
day and age, you can't really just focus on that. There has to be a fitness thing is non-negotiable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Systems are also.
You could take the super chat if you've
Because
got.
the problem is, see, now more than yo-yo, I think Dexa will be your game changer.
What
If you have to
is DEXA? DEXA is
It's-
for bone density.
Yeah.
But it also detects fractures and breaks. Also,
No, that is fine. I understand.
if Dexa was used, you could have probably detected
No,
the
so-
stress fracture much earlier.
So, are you trying to say that a player who has a fractured limb or something can play?
No.
Then
A limb, but limb is a muscle. I'm talking about bone, which is much more difficult.
no, it's
It happened with Bumrah. If Dexa was there, Bumrah wouldn't have been rushed in.
Let's take Akshay's question.
Yeah.
He says 80% fans want Virat Kohli in T20, 40% want Rohit, 0% want KL.
where did this
I don't
voting
know.
happen?
He must have seen some poll, I don't know. Or he
Where did
feels
this-
like that, I don't know.
No, it's his own Akshay.
Yeah, Akshay. But he's saying he's ready to bet 100K.
Okay.
That's big money.
VK will play T20 World Cup.
You want to take that bet?
So he's saying experts like Sabah Karim, Sanjay Manjrekar are already saying he should play T20 based on his World Cup performance.
But again, then you're mixing formats.
No, I'm saying there was one interesting thing
He's
that.
also sending confusing signals.
Exactly.
Yes.
No, but my question is, let's say he has an outstanding IPL or two.
Just like Dinesh Karthik had.
What
Yeah,
is the
if
meaning
Dinesh
of-
Karthik could come back, I'm just saying, yeah.
It happened.
Could he?
No, if Virat is to play in the T20s, whatever, technically, it will not be on the basis of the IPL, this year's IPL. Ideally, it should be on the basis of the World Cup, the 50-50 World Cup. Let's say he gets 650 runs at an amazing strike rate, and India are the world champions. Then, based on the next IPL, his strike rate is say 160, and he gets 700 runs. Maybe there could be an outside chance. But then at the last minute, would you want to do that? Do you want to create a formula? Would you want to disturb that? And it's not your choice or my choice
Yeah.
or Rahul's choice. If the selectors have already decided to sit with the captain,
Dhawan, 75 strike rate guy.
Okay.
The Roy SP is like saying the same 75 strike rate guy is, best in 50 over
he's
IPL.
talking about Shikhar Dhawan.
Shikhar Dhawan, yes.
In 50 over ICC.
He had way better IPLs than VK and Rohit, but he went out.
That's
first
true,
again.
actually.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
2020
Consistently
Delhi Capitals.
IPLs, he was in the top 3 or 4
See,
run
Shikhar
getters.
knew. Once
That's
he
what I'm
saw
saying.
the T20 setup, he knew that it was going to be very difficult for him to retain his place in the side for the 50-50 World Cup. And I think all of us are being very emotional here. Emotions have cost you 2 World Cups already. And I'm not saying by including Shikhar Dhawan, you will lose another World Cup. But then, how do you reward players?
No,
who
I
do
don't
that?
think it has anything to do with emotions. I think it was because people were not ready to take those hard calls which they've already taken. It seemed that some players can continue while the others were not allowed.
That's exactly why I raised the question on Shikhar as well.
Mayank Pokhriyal-
Some people get that advantage, but not in case of Shikhar, even though he's also
No,
been
but
a senior
although-
player.
Forever been under the scanner, forever not gotten his
Nikhil,
due.
off late Shikhar's form and also if you could just get into what the statement that BCCI released yesterday, what it said was that you have to play the domestic cricket. Unfortunately, see, Shikhar was playing just one format and he was not a regular in the domestic format also.
Yes.
What was stopping him from playing, say, a full Vijay Hazare or even a Ranji Trophy? I understand. That's not. That will not fetch him a place in the Indian ODI 11, but or in the Indian ODI squad. But it's the game time also that he needs, because you can't just play one format and not play in the domestic cricket also. And just wanted to take this one, Mayank Pokhriyal. Why not Prithvi Shaw or Prasidh Krishna? Prasidh
good
Krishna,
point, by the way.
No, by the way, Prasidh Krishna would
He's
be there.
injured, boss.
But
Back injury.
whenever he's I think fit, he will be considered.
So does he come into the pool?
Yeah, for me he does.
Ideally,
For
you
me,
need a fast bowler.
because he was actually being developed
For 50
specifically
over.
for ODIs.
Yes. Yeah. He was playing for ODI.
Prithvi Shaw, I think there's more to it than meets the eye.
Yes.
And Rahul is privy to certain things which obviously you
So
can't,
share with us.
No, we can't.
It's not. You can't share.
You can't be. Because again, we've not seen it with our own naked
The
eye.
old story or
No,
the
there-
fresh one?
there's
The
another
fresh one.
So much has been happening.
Old one.
And unfortunately, Prithvi Shaw needs to mend his ways.
That is true. That not now. Earlier also a few guys had told me while he was at an IPL.
He needs
team.
to understand.
But then Gautam Gambhir has said a very interesting thing I was just reading, where he says that it's up to you to bring him back into the
They would have
system.
tried.
And
Try
have
some.
tried.
they did try.
They've tried. Certain things happened in the last 6 months which can't be we can't say that on here. We'll let you know.
You are the West Zone selector. You should know this.
No,
Mumbai captain.
selector.
No, West Zone selector.
We'll know better now.
Why?
I'm the chair.
No, right. No, I'm sure West Zone selector would be aware of it. Anyways, we can take another one. Yeah, the point size can.
Aman Bhatnagar is saying discussion held between Samson and KL for Sri Lanka series. Now, in case KL doesn't perform, Gaya, Thakur to give.
No, he's there.
Now, in case KL doesn't perform and we know KL is not available for the New Zealand series, in that case, Samson performs. Then is it possible Samson's place gets permanent and Poole gets to 19? There's nothing called permanent.
No, 2 words. Wishful thinking.
See, in case KL doesn't score runs, I feel any player who's selected to be part of the team, we should wish him luck. In case he doesn't score runs, or in case he gets runs, sits out in the New Zealand series, Sanju Samson gets a chance,
Yeah.
he gets runs, then there is competition.
Aur bada karo.
Before we wrap up, let's finish the questions. Can't
Yeah.
read that. What is this? Based on World Cup, me an expert want him due to good World Cup 2022. I know he'll play after the ODI World Cup, and Nikhil Rahul once said, "को तो सबसे बड़े ने block किया है." Has Virat blocked you? He's asking.
No, he is
By
bigger than
mistake.
Virat, yeah. The
No,
guy-
he is not. Virat has not blocked me. He's asking, has Virat blocked me on social
No,
media?
Virat
he's not.
hasn't blocked you, but Virat, there is one person sitting here amongst us who has been blocked by Virat.
How does it matter?
Exactly.
Why should it be part of our discussion?
No, somebody asked me, have I been blocked? So I said, no, I have not been
No,
blocked.
you've not been blocked.
No, I have not been blocked by Virat.
Yeah,
That's
fine.
what I answered.
So what I'll do is I'll look at Virat's latest tweets and let you know if I've been blocked or not.
This is how it happens.
Yeah,
You know what
you
happens?
see
Arey,
that.
at least you have
his
not been
his
blocked.
last tweet 4 hours ago was my comfort with my style. Am I right?
Yes.
Paid partnership with.
So,
Whatever. Who blocks whom? Sir.
Yeah.
no, I
No,
have
but
not.
I couldn't understand the first part of this.
He's saying,
He said
he's
that
saying,
they want him to be playing
After
based
the
on
2023 World Cup, like 22 is.
based on they want him in the T20 team based on how well he played in the 2022 World Cup. That's what he's saying.
Anyways.
Yeah, the 5 of us cannot judge
Yes.
whether he had an outstanding World Cup or a brilliant World Cup or an average World Cup. The people have seen it.
Yep.
People who matter now will take a decision or they've already taken a decision.
Correct.
Fine.
Yep. Indeed.
So this is Mr. Shikhar.
ठीक है रे?
you first read it with the specs.
First you read it. Mr. Shikhar from
USFA.
the side. Eyesight is fine.
क्या? You.
Oh,
Close is the issue.
So basically, you are saying that once you suggested that KL should
Be ahead of IR in ODIs. You must have
Once.
said
should be
once.
Once, no?
ahead
So
of.
then what's the
But
harm?
KL Rahul
sir.
was ahead of a lot of players. That is
He
the
was
reason
leading the
why
team,
he was
yeah.
captaining the Indian team.
It's just that his performance
next
they've
one.
dipped now in all formats.
Next one.
Sir, do you think KL will be there in first playing 11 of the Sri Lanka? In fact, his LSG head mentor does not choose him in the ODI
That's a
for
good
Sri Lanka
question.
11.
That's a good question.
But having chosen him in the 15-16,
He'll be
Rahul Dravid and Rohit Sharma will play him in the.
and he will
Because
Because
after
team
all, see,
competition.
Yeah,
Rahul
I
Dravid
agree.
wanted him to go to New Zealand also.
Which might mean-
and wanted him to lead the Indian team. It was just a call that was
No.
taken by the selectors.
And he can be
Not
fitted in.
Yeah.
If Ishan and Rohit open,
Yeah.
Virat plays at number 3, Suryakumar Yadav 4,
Yeah.
or Shreyas Iyer 4 and Suryakumar 5. No.
No,
then
you
he
can't
can-
play him at
you-
6.
So it's going to be between
Shreyas
Shreyas,
and
Sky and
And unfortunately,
No, but maybe
KL,
what you
between them
said
two.
initially, your first response, with the Rohit Sharma and Rahul Dravid, you might just see a KL Rahul in that 11.
and I think that
Well,
will be
they
the
might
first
say,
either.
That's
anyways,
possible.
he's going to miss the New Zealand series. And since, his selection has been questioned, give him an opportunity. And I still feel, ideally, yes, he should be given a fair run. I mean, he should be given 3 games. And then, based on the 3 games, you can take a decision. Anyways, he's going to sit out in the New Zealand games. Then could be an opportunity for somebody else.
it's saying next time Nick sir and Rahul sir, you should go to cover the World Cup because Vic sir, you are unlucky.
I am.
Oh, yes.
We should do work.
Knockouts I should.
No,
Work
no,
from
no.
home.
He's
Work
saying,
from home.
हाँ, in leagues matches,
नहीं मैं
you work from
नहीं,
studio,
मैं एक काम करता हूँ
and in
ना।
knockouts,
अरे भाई I'll be on TV only.
what is TV?
I'll confine myself to AajTak. And not be on Sports and Sports Today, na?
Oh, no. He's saying don't go to the venue. No. Don't go to the venue. Then be on any platform.
नहीं you can work from home, knockout games.
They don't even
So,
come to office.
Ah.
Stay on Zoom link.
but he's saying you can come on any platform, even at
Till the
digital.
knockouts.
Acha.
Till the knockouts.
Okay. What's the next one? Anyone else? Or should
I think we
we?
are done.
Okay. Udit Chandani is saying KL has been given a fair run. And why are they leaving out Bishnoi? Amit Parmar is saying actually we didn't bring him up in the
Is
discussion.
Bishnoi playing the Ranji Trophy? Is he playing in the Ranji Trophy?
No.
So I'm not sure about his fitness here.
If Chahal is there, then no point
Ajay,
in
SP
getting
Roy has
Bishnoi.
sent his, I think, if they want to take a call on KL,
KL.
he will definitely play. If they want to take him, they will hide him under the shadows. Shreyas Iyer is my number 4 and either of the two. Shreyas,
That's correct. I think that's the call.
that is the
Kumar
call.
Yadav.
That could be bang on. Huh?
Exactly,
What Roy
because
SP is
Shreyas is
saying.
practically undroppable in ODIs at this point.
Yeah,
In
no,
a
that's
double
how
event.
exactly he might.
And you should not drop him here.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
If you want to play all the 9 ODIs before that, it should be Shreyas Iyer consistently.
Suddenly,
Yeah.
he's got his confidence back. Not that earlier he didn't have the confidence, but
You know
I
what
think
he
now
does?
things
He-
I think he's the only batsman,
who's
the only batsman other than
Getting-
Ishan perhaps and Shubman Gill, who will
May
potentially
feature
be
in all
part
three
of
formats.
all the 3 formats.
Correct.
Yes.
He plays smart.
Not
cricket.
Ishan, sorry.
That's the
Shubman
thing.
and
Shreyas.
Shreyas.
That's the thing with him. He plays smart cricket. You know,
And-
for
and
all his
what-
deficiencies and all of that you talk about, he plays smart cricket. He knows where to.
शतम को भूल गए क्या?
No, but वो डाला हुआ है हमने 20 में लास्ट में
Please.
देखिए.
subject to
forgotten.
fitness.
Subject to fitness. And if you want a repeat of a paratrooper.
Okay, Amit
with
Yadav
Ashwin.
also wants to know why Shardul not in contention. We did take his name.
Ask the North Zone selector. You are the North Zone selector.
No, I've been told that they've
but
gone
Shardul
beyond
is-
Shardul.
Shardul comes from West Pakistan.
West zone, हाँ.
Best, yeah.
मुंबई का खड़ूस है.
Though the 2 skills that he offers, he's also tempting to go with.
Yes, definitely.
But just that his bowling ends up leaking a lot of
Yeah.
runs, and I think that's.
Prasid, if he's
No,
fit, he should
But
come
I
back.
tell you, I know that's
He doesn't get a fair run. You
it's
see,
an ODI format, but you know, if you go by what Hardik is doing or saying, he is saying, let my batsmen bat, let my bowlers
Bowlers
bowl.
bowl.
Period.
by the way, that is exactly what he did with the Gujarat team as well.
Exactly.
Yes.
And they won
And
the
you
title.
have a bit of an all-rounder. He is very happy with a player like Deepak Hooda in the 11 because he says that I can maximize his utilization, and he has done it.
Yeah.
He has done it by even when he wasn't bowling in New Zealand, he got the best out of Deepak Hooda
4 for
with the ball.
10.
Yeah.
4 for 10 in ODI, T20, I guess.
Akash Bhardwaj says end of the road for Bhuvi. I think we've answered that question in most of us.
Unfortunately, seems
when
to
we
be
are.
yes.
But also, again, I don't know. Never say never in.
Depends on the New Zealand series when the squad is picked.
Why do, एक second, I just want to take that. Why do Indian team abandon players who perform well like Bishnoi, Venkatesh Iyer? He could have developed a replacement for Hardik, and if Hardik gets hurt, then balance is gone. I think we've answered that earlier.
Venki Iyer.
Spice Sports has said that. He's saying forget all the discussion. Australia will win the World Cup.
Some are saying England are winning the World
In
Cup.
India.
He's saying,
Well, their first World Cup win was in India.
87,
87, yeah.
No, but
But I think it's England. They are the
They
ones.
again look strong.
They look strong, very strong.
he doesn't
England.
even know.
Who?
India will win the World Cup next year. If this year.
This year.
this year.
This year,
You
this
say
year.
England will win the World Cup.
Tell him.
Hey, undisputed white ball kings here. Only team to have ODI.
Tournament.
India will win the World Test Championship final
Against
and they will
Australia.
win the World Cup as well.
Yes. This time I'm backing India.
You
because-
heard it here first.
Yes. See, this time I'm backing
Clips
India
will
for the
be
World
made.
Test Championship because New Zealand are not. If it was New Zealand, I would have backed New Zealand.
Okay, thank you very much. Out of time, but thank you for your company. I hope we were able to give you some clarity on what we thought could be the pool of 20. But as pointed out, it may not be 20, it could be 19, 21,
26.
22. Hope you guys are doing well. It's going to be an exciting series coming up from tomorrow. 3 T20Is, 3 you're playing against Asian champions.
Usually on the eve of the match we do that
Playing 11.
playing 11.
So this time, good luck trying to predict the playing 11 from that squad.
Yes.
Maybe tomorrow match starts at what time?
7 p.m.
Yeah, the full day.
Then will be fun.
Yeah.
See you. Bye bye.
See you. Bye bye. Vanakkam.